Good morning, community. You're asking yourself, after the nerfs, which is the best SMG now? And the realistic answer is the MP5. Inside a building, that gun is unmatched. If we look at the nerfs, it wasn't really nerfed. You have a decreased damage range in total. The decreased 10mm damage range is there, reduced long range damage to 10mm ammo, and slight recoil increase to 10mm. Which tells me that the gun overall has a slight decrease of damage range, but mostly it's 10mm ammo that most people haven't been using anyways. Realistically, with these changes, the MP5 is still an absolute beast inside of buildings. It has a 10-meter time to kill of like 0.527 or 527 milliseconds. The gun is an absolute laser. Obviously, the damage fall off is insane. Like if you see after 10 meters, you just go up worse than any AR out there in the world. And then after 20 meters, you know, it's getting abysmal. So obviously, you want to use that gun still inside of buildings. Pairing an MP5 with an AR, might it be the Grau, which also isn't really nerfed, is still one of the best things. But let's find out in a time to kill comparison, which gun could technically hold up with the MP5, which gun could be the next runner up, considering that you feel like, yes, the MP5 got a little bit nerfed. If you're outside, you have your MP5 out, someone walks around the other side of a wall, and you're just in this sweet 20-meter range, and you're gonna be like, shit. Not like you're gonna always lose the fight, but practically, definitely at a disadvantage. What will we have for runner-ups here? As a potential to mess with the MP5, there's the AUK 556, the blue bar, and there's the P90, the green bar. As you can see, the P90 starts already awful. That's a 0.66 millisecond. That's a 600 millisecond time to kill in comparison to the 527 of the MP5. But you could be spraying on 20 meters. And as we know, the MP5 with double rubberized grip tape is a fairly stable gun. Has done a tremendous damage fall off, way more than the MP5. I mean, this is kind of mental if you consider it. Like, it is here 0.677, and you're going up to like 800 milliseconds time to kill on the P90. That's quite horrendous. Then obviously on 30 meters, just in case you would have your P90 out to spray someone on 30 meters, you're suddenly better than the MP5. But we're talking about here, what do you do inside of buildings? Where's your whippersnapper gun? Where's sliding, jumping, going around corners and going crazy? The next runner-up could be the 556 AUK, considering that the time to kill in difference is only 20 milliseconds. So that's like nothing, you know? They're each of their own actually pretty damn good guns. And then you have like a 6 meter more range, 4 or 5 meter more range than the MP5. So worst case scenario, if you're using or having to use that gun outside, you're in a pretty good spot to actually get someone sprayed down. Now, if we're looking at the damage fall off, yes, you're going from 16 meter. We have like here 700 versus 600. So it's like a 50 difference in milliseconds. But considering that you can then spray that gun up to 60 meters, worst case scenario, I'm really liking the AUK, considering to play that sometimes with a sniper, but sometimes also with a Bruin. It's pretty nice because you walk around and someone is like just running in the distance and you just have your AUK out because you want to move faster. You can just get him and spray him down. Also, look at this. Like technically the AUK up to 90 meters has a decent time to kill of 800 milliseconds. In comparison to, you know, our friends here that already stop at 40 meters to be remotely useful, you know, and then they're just horrendous. Yeah, the AUK has a very, very nice range longevity. The number one question though is, what's with the MP7 pony? I mean, MP5 is nerfed. What's with the MP7? Let's compare it to the MP5 and I'll tell you why it's actually sucky in buildings, but good together with the sniper. The MP7 feels a little bit like the AUK. You can see it here. You have a good time to kill of 570, which is obviously 50 milliseconds slower than the MP5, but you can use it up to 15-16 meters, which makes it definitely more usable with the sniper. But then comes the kick in the face. The insane damage fall off of the MP7 compared to the MP5 even, where it then stays rather stable, stays rather stable up to 40 meters. And then it straight up goes to hell again. If we look at that in comparison with the AUG would even be better to run with the sniper on top of that. But the MP7 on these distances here, these 60 meters, the gun is so stable, the gun is so good that despite the damage fall off here, yes, it's really annoying, you feel it. I mean, you're spraying an opponent on a 30-meter distance and you're just like, he's down. You at least hit every single bullet. That's the good thing about the stability here. Time to kill is a nice thing, but gotta hit your bullets for the time to kill, first and foremost. So the MP7 is definitely an option with a sniper, but I wouldn't want to meet an AUG or an MP5 inside a building with the MP7. Good thing is though, very agile gun. You can wave around, you can whippersnap, you can slide, you can corner jump, you can B-hop up. So that's definitely a nice one there. My conclusion would at this point be the only gun statistic-wise, maybe not playstyle-wise, comes down to you personally, that can hold up with the MP5 after the nerfs would be the AUG. Let me present you an AUG build you can go for. The AUG has multiple ways to be played. Main thing is you want to have the 5.56 drum mag because that gun needs to be 5.56. If you're playing solos or duos, you might actually think about the 30 round mag because the ADS time minus is pretty nice. Then you have a choice to make, 6.22 long barrel or 4.07 extended barrel. The ADS time difference between these two is actually tremendous. So the extended barrel 4.7, since you're planning to use it like an SMG, like the MP5, is the choice here. You slap a tac laser on for the maximum ADS speed. You can put on a command of foregrip if you like that. You can also go for more ADS attachments like the Forge Combat Stock or the actual stipple grip tape. I personally do like the iron sight, but I've noticed that inside of buildings, especially when it's dark, sometimes the black of the iron sight can be a limiting factor. So I personally have been putting a Solo Zero mini optic reflex on it, and it feels damn good. That is my SMG AUG. A lot of people are asking, why not a monolithic suppressor? That's because the ADS frames are plus 33. Compensator would be plus 4. Compensator is actually pretty good on the AUG. But it's just like that you ruin yourself with the amount of ADS frames you're adding to that freaking thing. And then it ain't that SMG anymore that you want to use. The AUG for me personally, the runner-up to the MP5, the one other SMG I wish to play. I don't see any SMG statistic-wise to be living up to the MP5. And yes, practically speaking, the MP5 is still the unmatched champion of the close quarter combat just due to the hipfire, jumping, bunny hopping, sliding versatility the gun gives you. And especially, let's say again, the freaking hipfire. I hope you like this informative video. I hope you like this insight on the MP5 and the other SMGs. If you enjoyed it, drop a subscription here, drop a comment, watch the other videos, give me some feedback, what you would like to see more, what kind of videos you're interested in, and see you soon in the Warzone.